What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And today I want to talk about Starfield, man, because I'm super hyped for it, especially over the past couple weeks. And I just really wanted to make a video talking to you guys about it. Maybe have some conversation down in the comment section, whatever else, just to just really have like-minded or not like-minded minds together, just to talk about Starfield and it's things that we're looking forward to, things that we think we don't really like. I love. It's just really exciting time if you're really excited for this next Bethesda title. So as always, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like on the video and subbing to the channel. If you like anything I say, or if you want to talk, if you like Starfield content, we will have more of that. I plan to do hopefully a Starfield episode of the podcast, and hopefully do a Starfield first impressions as well as a Starfield review when I complete the game. So definitely be sure to come back. We'll talk about Starfield leading up to and after the release. So anyway, with that being said, let's talk about Starfield, man. I'm really excited for this game. I wasn't really that excited, man. Because like for me, I really got excited these really past few weeks, and I'm gonna tell you why. So I watched all the game shows and things like that come out in the recent weeks. With Xbox Showcase, PlayStation, things like that, Ubisoft Connect, things like that, and there's only like a handful of games that I'll be honest that I'm really interested in. Other than that, everything else just seems to be just the same old rinse and repeat bullshit. And if you're into that, fine, that's great. And I might think it's bullshit, but you might really be into it. I didn't really see anything I was really too interested in. But the one thing that I did notice, and sorry if I'm smacking my lips into the microphone, the one thing I did see was the Starfield Direct under the Xbox Showcase. And I said, look, let me give this a watch. Now I watched it. I didn't watch it live, but I watched it like the same day after it had been cut up and put on YouTube. And I watched it, and I'm like, yeah, it looks good. It looks good. I knew I was gonna play it. But I just didn't know. My excitement for it just wasn't quite there. Well, I was at work. And I was bored out of my freaking mind. Everything was dead. So I pulled up my phone and I was like, you know what? Let me check out that Starfield gameplay one more time. And so I watched the entire direct again. And guys, yes, sir. It looks magnificent. I'm just being honest with you. Is it the most beautiful game I've ever seen? No, not at all. Does the gameplay look like super innovative? No, it doesn't. But man, what it does have, it has, well, this is what it has. It's a Bethesda game. And I'm sorry, listen, I'm a Bethesda whore, man. I still like Bethesda games. I'm not going to let one game change my entire outlook on a game developer. I'm just not going to do that. Bethesda is a great game developer. They really are. They've been around for so long. These guys know how to make games. Todd Howard and the rest of the team, they know how to make games. Fallout 76 was a disaster, and it still is. I'm sure I'll put some gameplay up here. Not my gameplay though, because I don't play that garbage. But
oh, the AI. Oh boy, this is something we talked about with Fallout 4 as well. Gotta get better with that. To make combat fun, enemies need to be so. Has been impressive. Like, they're coming off what I thought was one of their better updates in the Nuka World on Tour. And the one that's out now is Once in a Blue Moon. And holy crap, I actually discovered a new location. I've surprisingly played this game. Oh, hey. Well, I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be nice and compliment you, but, okay. Yeah, about that AI. Let's see if I'm actually, I take it all back. I take it all back. I'm trying to be a nice guy, man.
But listen, man, I just don't, to me, like, and again, this could just be me talking. So please let me know down in the comments. But me personally, I just don't think these big game developers, these big companies, want to fuck up again. You know what I mean? And fuck up bad. I'm not talking about it releasing kind of buggy, because I expect that. This game's going to be huge. I expect it to be a little buggy in areas. Maybe not. I don't want it to be like not playable, but I expect it to have a bug here and there. I mean, it's going to happen. But for people to think this game is going to be like an absolute disaster, man. Like I don't see these companies really effing up like they did last time, man. I feel like right in failure, you get better, right? It's like when you think about fighters, right? In your losses, you learn more about yourself than when you win. You know, and I think that it is something used in like life in general. Like, yes, Fallout 76 was a failure. It really is. And there's, I mean, you know, here's the thing. I say it's a failure, but I'm sure there's people that are watching this, and I know there's people that are still playing it with their friends and having a good time. And that's fantastic that the game was able to resonate with you guys, and you found some fun out of it. But I just don't. I don't know, man. It's just crazy to me. Like people think that these companies are gonna screw up like they did with that. And dude, I just don't see it, man. I love the look of the game. Like just to get into some of the things I'm really excited about it. I love the aesthetic. I love the different worlds. The communities that I've seen so far of people are so cool. There's one that looks like it's ripped straight out of Red Dead 2. And I'm so excited for that because I'm a Red Dead 2 fan through and through. I'm so excited that there's a planet or a town on a planet that has a very Western sci-fi or vibe, which I know they said this is like considered like a low-sci game, right? So like you have robots and you have spaceships, things like that, but they don't look super futuristic. It looks more grounded, which I think is a really, really neat concept because we haven't really seen that. Whenever we see space games, we usually see like far into the future where things are like to their peak. And so we're actually seeing, the space, things of that nature more on a grounded scale. So I'm really looking forward to that. The gameplay. Let's talk about the gameplay for a second because and while I'm talking, I'm sure I got some gameplay up. So in the PlayStation Direct, right, 45 minutes long. By the way, I'll put a link to that in the description because that is a really, 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 really good display and a good presentation of what to expect in this game. And it's just scratching the surface. But the combat looks greatly, and I do mean greatly improved. That's one of the things that I was really worried about with this game because I was watching the 15-minute gameplay that came out in 2022. And oh my God, that shit looked horrible. In my opinion, it looked bad. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like, okay, maybe horrible is a strong word, but it didn't look good. I mean, honestly, I'm watching it and like you're shooting an enemy or whoever's playing, they're shooting an enemy and the enemy's not even affected by your by your ammo at all, by your bullets or anything. It looks like it's just standing there, and then it falls over dead after its health bar depletes. And I'm like, man, that's so not immersive. There's no gore. It looks like I'm just shooting paper targets. You go to the Starfield Direct. It looks so good, man. Now, one thing I do hope is I hope there's a bit more gore. Now, look, I don't expect like I don't know if I expect Fallout 4 level of gore because I kind of booted that up the other day because I'm so excited for Starfield. I was like, man, let me play some Bethesda. You know what I mean? And I got into Fallout 4 and I turned on my VAT system and I was targeting this person's arm and so I let my VATs play out and man, you just see the arm fly off and you see all this blood and ligaments in the arm and everything just get ripped out and I'm like, see, now this is what I want. I do want this from Starfield. So I hope it does have a pretty decent gore system, but I don't think it's exactly required at the same time. I do hope it's gory. I do hope you can shoot off some arms and legs. I just do. And call me a fucked up individual. I am a horror fan at the end of the day. But I do want a little bit of gore. But anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So the 15-minute gameplay in 2022 did not look that great to me. It looked slow, looked sluggish, looked uninspired. Fast forward to the Starfield Direct in 2023 that came out a few months ago, and oh my God, it looks good. It looks great. Let's talk about the big elephant in the room, though. Xbox, 30 FPS. Ugh, man, that's tough. That's tough. Listen, I'm not really as like I don't know. Like I'm back and forth on it. I'm not really that upset about it. Um, I guess I wanted 60 FPS. I don't. Who wouldn't, right? Like if you've been playing at 60 FPS or higher for the past few years, why would you want to go back to 30? So I'm not going to sit here and be one of those guys like white knighting for 30 FPS because I do think it's unacceptable in this day and age. And honestly, I just don't think I'm looking at my PS5 here because I know you guys can't see it, but I just don't think these consoles are up to the snuff to deliver 60 FPS on a regular basis. I just don't see it, man. We're just not there. This game is a big game. This is a huge game. But it really sucks. It's not 60 FPS. But to be honest with you, I've seen some of the gameplay, and I know that some of the gameplay in the direct was off at Xbox. And it looked good to me. Like, it looked pretty good. It was, not too stuttery. It looked smooth. Believe it or not, I know 30 FPS is not smooth, but there can be smooth gameplay experiences. The only thing is, this is a first-person shooter. You know what I mean? So you would want it to be higher than 30 FPS. I'm going to try to play it on both. I have an Xbox Series X and I have my PC. So I'm going to give them a try on both and see what happens. But yeah, it's a hard sell. But to be honest with you, as long as the game is good and the combat is solid, I think I can get by with the 30 FPS in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Let me know down in the comments. But I think the 30 FPS is doable. But I don't know. It's tough. It's really tough. And it makes you think, like, maybe these consoles are not as powerful as they were advertised. And hopefully, maybe with a PS5 Pro and Xbox Series Z or whatever the hell they call it, we'll be able to give me at least 60. You know what I mean? Just give me 60 FPS and I'm fine. I don't need 100, 140, 150. Yes, that's nice, but it's not required. I just think 60 you got to have for first-person shooters, and it just really sucks. Maybe it'll be patched, But I do like that they are choosing fidelity, right, over performance in some cases. I do think that they're trying to, they're really trying to amplify the visuals because it is a beautiful looking game. I think everything looks good besides some of the character models. Some of the character models still look very Fallout 4 to me, and I thought Fallout 4's character models were so garbage, in my opinion, including the player character. I just did not like it. I just thought they looked really, really bad. And, some people could argue that's the art style, but I just wasn't really a fan of that. But in the direct, a lot of them did still look pretty good. And I'm excited for it, man. I don't expect The Last of Us Part 2 visuals as far as character models. I just don't expect that. I expect this to be an RPG in space, first person, third person. I'm probably gonna play the game mostly in third person, if I'm being honest with you, man. And that goes back to the gameplay. And I know I'm kind of going back and forth here, but like the third person combat looks really, really solid, man. In Fallout 4. I didn't like third person as much. I don't know how if you guys felt the same, but I felt like I was moving like really, really slow. I didn't feel like I was performed well in combat. But first person was obviously the way to go in that game. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the third person looks damn good in Starfield, and I might play a lot of my playthrough in that, especially with the 30 FPS. I think that the third person shooter element will fit a lot better in this 30 FPS frame rate on Xbox anyway. On PC, I might go back and forth. My PC is not like the most powerful, but I think I could probably get a little bit of higher frames on my PC. So I don't know. I might switch between the two, but yeah, I think that the third person looks good. I really like. I just love a Bethesda game. Look, this video has been going way too long. I feel like I've been rambling here. The music sounds phenomenal. I can't wait to get the OST for this. The space battles, I think they look great. I wish you could drive your ship and land on a planet like in what's that, No Man's Sky. I think that would have been sick. You mine for materials like a No Man's Sky. I just wish you could have actually driven and landed onto a whatever planet you want to. Instead, it's more of like you hold X and there's a cutscene and you land and then you can get out, which is fine. I'm not really mad about that. It's kind of like what's that game called? It's made by some people by Bethesda, but I can't remember what it's called right this second. I'm sure I'll pop it up on the screen here. But anyway, look, all in all, man, look, I don't feel like I've been rambling here. I just think the game looks phenomenal. I just think it looks great in every aspect. I cannot wait to really dig deep into this game, and I can't wait to do more videos on it, man. It's a lot to like here, and yeah, I'm really excited for this one, man. I think Bethesda will knock it out of the park with this game. I have a lot of hope that this game is going to be. I think this game's going to be good, man. I think it's going to be good. Is it going to be the best Bethesda game? I don't know. Listen, Fallout 3's story is great. I like the story. I like the world in that. It's just hard to go back to. It's just a hard game to get back into when you get used to how Fallout 4 plays and things like that. So it's going to be hard for me. If you're an OG Bethesda fan, I'd like to hear more of your opinions on it after the fact. But I think it's going to be a good one, guys. I really do. I would not. Yes, keep your expectations low. I don't think that's a bad idea. But I think that I think they'll do well. I don't see a company as big and successful as Bethesda to fuck up again like they did with Fallout 76. I just don't see it happening. So I'm really excited for Starfield. Let me know your thoughts down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it sounded like I was rambling. I've been really wanting to talk about it, and it's just like I don't have anybody near me that's super excited for it that wants to talk about it extensively. So that's why I'm here. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think down below. Yeah, let's talk about some Starfield, man. Is there things that I'm missing? Dialogue options, obviously. I think that's going to be something interesting to see. Character storylines. There's a lot of things missing, but I just don't want to make this video go 30 minutes long, me just sitting here talking. So let me know your thoughts down below. And with that being said, we'll see you next one. Stay dead, my friends.